it's time for the last of the general principles that we're going to be talking about. All the other ones have had to do with our body. This last one, it's all in your head. Okay? So in this one, it's that we first understand things very concretely, and then we can go to the more abstract. Some people talk about how infants are so self-centered, everything's about them. Well, that's what they can feel and touch and know 24/7. The other, somebody who's not me, that's a hard concept. And they develop it, they get there. By the time they're teenagers, they've pretty much figured out that there are other people and that those other people are important too, but it takes quite a while to get there. So what are some other examples other than me and the other? Well, one that causes quite a bit of trouble in the toddler world is something called object permanence. So everybody knows when you can see something, when you can touch it, when you can taste it, it's real, right? That's a real thing. And that's a very concrete concept, right? If you can touch it, it's real. Okay, so if you throw something away in the trash can and you can't see it anymore, does it still exist? That's a little bit of an abstract concept, right? Gone, away. What does that mean? What does it mean when someone or something has gone away? What does that mean? So at first they get the idea with playing peekaboo. Okay, if I cover my face, and I can still hear you, I know that you still exist. Great. If you go out through that door, you're going to come back in through that door. Great. But sometimes people come in through a door that is not the door they went out of. And this freaks toddlers out. Because it's not like peekaboo. It's not that they just went out a door and they were gone and then they came back. They went outside the door and something happened to them so that now they can come in a different door. That's weird. That's really weird. Okay? So that's another example. Another example is cuddling babies. Now, whether somebody is an infant or whether they are 42, they probably like to cuddle something. So in the infant room, if you have baby dolls that look like babies, the babies will do stuff that they have seen you do with other babies. They will hold them, they will cuddle them, they will try to stick things in their mouths, okay? It's very concrete. It looks like a baby. And then you have these school-age kids who have virtual characters in video games that they take care of. That is really abstract. You cannot touch the animals or the people in those video games, but they take care of them. They feed them. Maybe they plant a garden for them or cut grass for them or build a structure for them in Minecraft. The thing is, that is very abstract. You cannot see that thing they're taking care of. And once you turn the TV off or take the cartridge out, they cease to exist. And yet those kids have an emotional attachment to these places or these characters that they have been taking care of. So there are steps in between the infant who's patting the baby that looks like a baby and the school-age child who is taking care of virtual critters or people. You know, there's children taking care of dolls that don't look exactly like people. Then they move on to teddy bears and other stuffed animals. And then they might start doing what I call the air baby, where they pat a pretend baby that they just don't even have, but they're still acting physically as if there was a baby that needed to be patted or burped, right? Anyway, there are stages in that development where it goes from the concrete concept, something they can touch, they can see, they can smell, to the abstract, the video game character, or the imaginary friend. An imaginary friend is another step on that development. So, concrete to abstract. So we've gone over 4 big principles of child development that we wanted to talk about before we got into the specifics of each different age. So there's a quiz after this one, and it's going to cover all 4 of these. So I hope you do really well, and I'll see you in the next lesson when we'll be talking about infants.